Okay, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today, the Virtual College Comeback Week. This is a series of workshops to learn more about how to come back to Tri-State successfully and learn more about all the resources, all the support available for you. I would like to share more information about our presentation, but before, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Eunice Cabrera, Retention Project Manager at Cuyahoga Community College. And I would like to introduce our guest speaker, Andy Sokolich. He's the program manager for the Online Associates of Art program at Cuyahoga Community College. Before I pass it on to Andy, I would like to remind you that you are more than welcome to participate during the presentation. Feel free to raise your hand. Also, you can type your comments and questions in the chat box. And please keep your microphone muted during the presentation so everyone can hear all the information. But again, I would like to pass it on to Andy so he can share all that wonderful information. And again, feel free to ask questions. We would be happy to assist you. Thank you, Andy. And
Awesome.
Please take it from here.
Wonderful. So Eunice, you will be checking on the chat, right?
Yes, I will be checking the chat and making sure, all those questions are answered if they have any comments or any questions.
Wonderful. So, so I cannot see the chat, so please feel free to interrupt me and stop me as anybody needs. So, first and foremost, thank you so much for inviting me to share information about the Online Associate of Arts degree program here at Cuyahoga Community College. The Associate of Arts is offered, of course, in person, blended, but this was one of the first transfer specific degree programs that we offered 100% online to our students. And so I am going to just provide a little bit of information about the program requirements, about the benefits of the program, about cost savings for students, specifically starting or completing a degree program at Tri-C. And I will take some questions at the end if anybody has them. And so first, as Eunice mentioned, my name is Andy Sokolich. I am the program manager for the Online Associate of Arts degree. I've been with Tri-C for a little over 4 years now in various roles such as student success specialist, financial aid advisor, recruitment specialist, and now I'm in this role. And so what that means is I bring I call it the Tri-C trifecta: recruitment, getting students in the door; financial aid, helping them pay for their school; and then student success specialist focuses on retention, so keeping students involved and engaged and enrolled in their courses. And so beyond me, I do have a team of supporters that help with the Online Associate of Arts program. One is my supervisor, the Interim Assistant Dean of Academic Affairs, is Sarah Williams. Our Associate Professor of Counseling, Suzanne Cox, and our project manager out of our marketing department, Katie Corey. And they are kind of my key informants, helping me make sure that the program is what students need based on what they tell us as an institution. So, a common question that I get is, what is an Associate of Arts degree? People seem to have this preconceived notion that Associate of Arts is all about art, drawing, painting, ceramics, sculpture, but it is so much more than that. Of course, you can do some of those things in an Associate of Arts degree program, but by and large, this is one of the most general and customizable programs that we offer here at Tri-C. The Associate of Arts is a flexible we say a 2-year degree. It's an associate's degree, so if you take your classes full time, you'll be able to complete it in 2 years. And I'll talk more about that in a little bit. But this is designed to get your general education requirements done at Tri-C so that you can then transfer them all to a 4-year degree, to a 4-year institution to get a bachelor's degree. And so common majors upon transfer, and some of the ones that we see the most often, are anthropology, English, geography, history, humanities, psychology, and sociology. Those are some of the hottest degrees, so to speak, or the program sequences that we offer at Tri-C in terms of transfer destination programs as well. And we have a wealth of transfer pathways that are established between us and other institutions to help make that transfer of degree and credit from Tri-C to your destination as seamless as possible. So the Associate of Arts degree requirements, and I will add a caveat that these have been updated, but I have not yet been able to update the presentation. It is not much different at the end of the day. Bottom line, 60 credit hours to complete your program. There are different domains, so to speak, of courses that you have to take in order to satisfy what we call the Ohio Transfer 36. So those are 36 credit hours of required courses that are general education. So if you take them at Tri-C, they are guaranteed to transfer and satisfy general education requirements at any other public college or university in the state of Ohio. Cleveland State, Kent State, Ohio State, the University of Akron, Cincinnati, you name it, if it's a public institution, it is guaranteed that these will transfer in as general education requirements. And so in communications, that's your English 1, your English 2, and a communications class. For math and data analysis, it's any college level math course. Natural and physical sciences, you have to take 2 lectures, one of which has to have the corresponding lab. Social and behavioral sciences, that is your sociology, your psychology, things of that nature. Arts and humanities are going to be any art classes that you'd like to take, art history or appreciation, history, humanities, philosophy, any kind of liberal arts program requirement. And then your general elective graduation requirements, that's where you get to customize the degree even more and have some more fun with it. And so the Associate of Arts degree has several concentrations. For example, you could do a concentration in sociology, and you can take more sociology classes to satisfy these elective requirements that are also going to serve as prerequisites for advanced sociology study when you get to your 4-year degree program. The same with the Associate of Arts with an emphasis in business. And so we'll take these elective credit hours at the 24 elective credit hours, and that's where you'll take your intro to accounting, your intro to marketing, your principles of management, things like that that are going to serve as prerequisites for advanced business study when you get to your 4-year degree. In terms of specific benefits for the online degree program, first and foremost is flexibility. This allows you the opportunity to study when and where it fits into your schedule. We have a couple of different ways that you can take online classes. Most of our students will take what we call online with no set meeting times or completely asynchronous courses. And so in a situation like that, you get the most flexibility because you are assigned readings, videos to watch, ways to learn the content, and then assignments to demonstrate your knowledge of the content, and you're just given deadlines, and you submit the work by the required deadline. If you like a little bit more structure, we have courses that are online with set meeting times. So it's just like you would show up to a classroom, but you show up to a virtual classroom from the comfort of your home, your office on a lunch break, whatever fits into your schedule. Again, it's the importance of flexibility. And so with the online courses with set meeting times, students will participate in a live lecture with their instructor and with their classmates in a virtual setting, just like this workshop is right now. Other benefits include support. I am the dedicated program manager for the Online Associate of Arts degree, and so the experiences that I have up to this point at Tri-C really help set the stage for me to help you as students navigate the college process, all the way from submitting your application, getting your financial aid requirements satisfied, helping you through orientation, and then registering for your first semester. Once you're in classes, I also keep track and help you make sure that you're staying on progress or on task to complete your program. I'll send check-in messages, emails, text messages, and even phone calls, and I'm there kind of like a navigator. I'm just kind of your friendly program guide helping you get through the program itself. The college has basically promised continuity of online instruction. We know that in a post-COVID world, online instruction is kind of the new norm. And so as an institution, Tri-C is committed to making sure that our online courses are always going to be available for students that need them. One of the biggest benefits of this program for the Online Associate of Arts is priority registration. This means that students in the program get to register 1 week before any other student at Tri-C. You're part of a very select group of individuals who get to register early, and that is to ensure that you get the online classes that you need before general registration opens and those classes may fill up. We have a host of support services for students that are taking their classes online as well. First and foremost is virtual academic counseling, and that is where they will help you with your academic planning, doing some personal counseling, and getting you ready for registration. They will have conversations with you over the phone, over a video call, or whatever is most convenient to you. They can even help you with things via email. The My Online Readiness Experience, also known as the MORE, is an introduction to technology used in an online course. We use a website called Blackboard. That's what we call our learning management system, and that is where all of your online courses will be housed. We have free tutoring for all students, and that is through Tri-C. We have business hours, extended business hours, where you can work with an in-person or a virtual tutor that's employed by Tri-C. We also have an online option. It's no longer called Smart Thinking. It's now called Tutor Ocean. I'm sorry, it's called Tutor Me, but this is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for any student that needs support. They do have some limitations, but by and large, any course that we offer at Tri-C is going to be supported by Tutor Me, the 24/7 service. Students also have access to Microsoft Office 365. You get access to the continuously updated latest version of Microsoft Office. So that is an expense that students do not have to pay out of pocket. And it's a huge benefit for students because Microsoft Office costs upwards of $60 a year. And so students at Tri-C get that for free. Also, we have Student Lingo, which is a series of on-demand virtual workshops that support your personal and academic achievement. Things about study skills, time management, how to engage with instructors, making the most of your time as a student, how to get involved. And students really enjoy the Student Lingo workshops because they're about 20 minutes long each, give or take a little bit. And they just help when you need just a little bit of a boost. In terms of program eligibility for the Online Associate of Arts degree program, anyone can participate, and that's the beauty of this program. The only real requirement is that students must take 90% of their courses online once they accept their spot in the program. And so that's usually the equivalent of taking all but 2 classes online. If you think about a 60 credit hour program, you have the flexibility to take about 2 classes in person. So if you know that you may not be great at math and you want to take your math class in person, you have every ability to do so. If there's a specific science lab that you want to take that we don't offer online, but let's say your transfer destination requires you to take this lab, you have the ability to do that in person if you would like. And this is, once again, open to all credit-seeking students, regardless of your prior college experience, regardless of your age. Anybody can participate in the Online Associate of Arts program. The application process is very simple. If you are a new, a transfer, or returning student, you submit your Tri-C application online. You select Associate of Arts as your desired major, and then you'll start getting emails. First and foremost, you'll get an automatic acceptance with your student ID number, and then shortly thereafter, if you designate Associate of Arts as your major, you'll get an email from me with more information about the program. All you have to do is respond to that email and tell me you'd like to join. If you are a current Tri-C student, all you have to do is just email me your name and your student ID number and request to update and a request to add you to the program. I'll check your account. I might give you some information about how you can get yourself ready for the program if you need to update or change your major, and I'll help you get connected to the appropriate resources to do so. As I mentioned earlier, the program length is about 60 credit hours to complete the degree program. If you are taking courses full-time, that's 12 or more credit hours per semester, you can complete the program in about 2 years. If you do part-time enrollment, which is anything less than 12 credit hours, it'll take you a little bit longer, just depending on how many courses you take at a time. There's no maximum time frame for the Associate of Arts degree. You can work at your own pace, take a break for a semester if you need to, but come on back and we'll help you get back on track to finish the degree program. When we talk about the return on investment for completing an Associate of Arts degree or any sort of associate degree, the average associate from Tri-C will see an increase of a little over $10,000 annually compared to someone that only has a high school diploma while they work in Ohio. And as you can see, the average salary of a person that completes an associate's degree is about $44,500 a year. And that gets you well on track for earning a $63,000 average salary if you have a bachelor's degree. And again, the Associate of Arts degree in particular is half of a bachelor's degree. So by the time you finish with us, you'll be halfway there to that average salary of about $63,000. In terms of program cost, Tri-C charges by the credit hour. And so if you take 1 credit hour, the in-county rate is just about $125 per credit hour. And so you can see what it is for Ohio residents that live outside of Cuyahoga County, as well as out-of-state residents. And so the number of credit hours you take multiplied by that rate is what we call your base tuition. And sometimes there are additional fees, program costs and things like that that will be added on. But for the most part, your financial aid, if you are using financial aid, will cover these additional fees. We also have an Office of Student Financial Aid and Scholarships to help you navigate the financial aid process. I can help and make sure that you have, that you know that you have financial aid requirements, but the Financial Aid and Scholarships Office, they are the true experts to help make sure that you are satisfying all of those requirements. If you are an in-county resident and your tuition rate is $125, give or take, per credit hour, this just goes to demonstrate that you can complete a 2-year degree at Tri-C for about $7,500. If you then take that and you transfer it to a place like the University of Akron or Cleveland State or Kent State University, you can save between $15,000 and $16,000 by completing your first 2 years at Tri-C. And that is a crazy, a wonderful cost savings for students. You get an incredibly high quality education for a fraction of the price of a 4-year school. And that's very similar to if you consider the in-state, not Cuyahoga County resident of a rate of about $155 per credit hour. Your overall tuition at Tri-C is going to be a little over $9,000, but you'll still be saving between $13,000 and $14,000 off the cost of a total 4-year degree. And so as we start to wrap up this presentation, I will go through some frequently asked questions. So the application, when you fill out the Tri-C application, will ask you for a preferred campus. Right now, there is no online option. You can select whichever campus is closest to your current location. Even if you're in Indiana, your closest campus is probably going to be the West Shore campus. But at the end of the day, because you know you're going to be taking courses online, you can select whichever campus is most convenient to you. You can do everything in advance from the comfort of your own home without ever having to step foot on campus. Do online courses cost more than campus-based courses? The answer to that is base tuition is calculated in the same way for online or in-person courses, but some courses will require supplemental fees regardless of the modality. When you complete a degree program or you transfer your credits, there is no indication that you took the classes online. Your transcript or your diploma will look exactly the same, whether you take your classes in person or online, or whether you complete the online Associate of Arts degree or the traditional in-person Associate of Arts degree. Changing your major is very, very easy. You just log into your My Tri-C space and update your academic records card. Select Change Major and update it to an Associate of Arts and click Submit. But what I always recommend to students before you change your major, 1, talk to an academic counselor because they will help make sure that that's the right move for you based on the whatever college credits you already have. We want to make sure that you are applying all of your existing college credits towards a degree that is going to be meaningful and impactful for you in your future studies. And so they will make sure that you are going to get as much credit for your prior coursework as you possibly can before you change your major. You should also be talking to financial aid because there are implications because not every single major or program of study at Tri-C is eligible for financial aid. So we want to make 100% sure that you are going to still be eligible for the aid that you are entitled to receive. How do I know if I'm eligible for the Online Associate of Arts program? Once again, just about everybody is eligible for the program, but I always verify eligibility when students send me their student ID number asking to be a member of the program. and I will help you through whatever steps that you need to take in order to be permitted to attend or be enrolled in the program. Let's say you go through a placement test and you're placed into developmental math or English. That's not a problem at all because there are a limited number of developmental math and English courses and their required co-requisites available in an online format to you. And finally, when you think about transferring your degree after you finish up with the online Associate of Arts, we have a lot of options. And not only do we have a lot of options available for you to just peruse and browse on the website, we have a fully staffed transfer center, and they have a ton of university partnerships that will easily help you get your credit transferred from Tri-C to complete a bachelor's degree. And so, as I mentioned earlier, we have some class options for online with no set meeting times, online with set meeting times, and we're even introducing hybrid blends where you might meet online in a virtual lecture once a week for an hour, but then you do the rest of your work asynchronously and still submit your assignments online. We are required by federal regulations to track attendance in online courses. This gets into a little bit more detail than we maybe need to cover in this presentation today, but just know that it is important to make sure that you are starting your online classes on the day that they begin at the beginning of every term, and you are logging in and you are submitting assignments every single week to make sure that you are counted as attending your online course. And with that, I will end my formal presentation, and I'm happy to take any questions that you might have. My information is here on the screen. I will also type it into the chat when I stop sharing my screen so that I can see everyone's faces here. And so with this, I'm going to stop sharing and I will type my information into the chat.
Thank you so much, Andy. That was great. I love that there are so many opportunities for those that decide to pursue the online program, and options, right? It's about options, so it's wonderful. So feel free to put your information in the chat box. I don't know if there are any questions for Andy. If not, I will be sharing some information about the upcoming sessions. And just to remind you that spring registration, it's starting next week. So feel free to contact us if you are considering to come back in the spring. Open registration will begin next week. So the sooner, if you need to reapply, if you need to learn more about next step, feel free to contact us. If you are interested in the online program, feel free to contact Andy with those questions. And then also make sure that you connect with us again if you have any questions or any concerns. So let me remind you, we have other sessions coming up throughout the day. And let me show you, we do have another session at 1 p.m. and we have another session at 2 and 3. So feel free to join us if you have time. And again, reach out to me if you have any other questions about the presentations. We are also having presentations tomorrow, but we are looking forward to connecting with you. So this is my contact information, and feel free to visit tric.edu/finish. We have additional information for those that are interested in coming back to Tri-C. And again, thank you so much for your time. We truly appreciate it, and looking forward to connecting with you. Have a wonderful morning.